Well, actually, I had a friend who was involved in a sport event in Spain, and it was a diving World Cup. And 3 months later, he had a meeting with somebody of the Spanish Judo Federation, and then they told him that they were looking for an announcer for the World Cup. And then he told them that at the diving World Cup there was a guy who was also playing the music, who could speak many languages, who was very good at entertaining the crowd. So that was my first event in 2008, and I didn't do any other judo event until 2010, the same event, the World Cup in Madrid. After that, I met some officials of the European Judo Union. One of them had an assignment in Mongolia. I was just joking and said, well, in case that you need some announcer in Mongolia, do not hesitate to contact me. For my surprise, 5 days later, I got an email from the Mongolian Judo Association saying, hello, Mr. Torres. We are the staff from the Mongolian Judo Association. We would like to invite you to Mongolia, to the Ulaanbaatar Grand Prix. At the time, it was only World Cup. So please, let us know what your conditions are and from which airport will you come to Mongolia. And that's how I started being a part of the judo family, because after Mongolia I did the Junior World Championships and some of the IGF events of the world too. Everywhere I go, I always try to see the positive things and the good things, because I don't need to leave my country to see bad things. It's not that I don't like my country. I was born in Spain, and since 1996, my hometown is in the south of the Tenerife, in the Canary Islands. I think each country is unique and has something very interesting to offer, but sometimes we're not in the we don't have the right attitude towards some countries, because maybe we are a little bit poisoned by media. So I always recommend everyone to go to everywhere, to see everything with your own eyes, and then after you can have your own opinion. I don't have special countries or favorite countries. If I have countries where I feel like at home when I go there. One of them can be Argentina. Another country can be Greece, Estonia, Israel, actually anywhere in the Middle East. I think it's all about motivation and finding the good reason or the right reason to do things. I remember when I was a teenager, when I was in high school, I was always at pains to pass the exams of ancient Greek, because at the time I was thinking, why do I need to know what Aristotle and Socrates say? What about these Greek philosophers? I will never need this in my life. So life put Greece on my way, and when I got the offer to be one of the announcers at the 2004 Olympics, one of the requirements was to speak Greek, and I had to learn modern Greek in 5 months. Not only I managed that, but I was the announcer of the beach volleyball stadium in Faliro. I was the only announcer who was doing Greek and English at the same time, before thousands of spectators from Greece and from all around the world. So I think that actually one of the reasons why some people don't learn many languages is that they underestimate themselves and say, oh no, German is too difficult, or Dutch, it's such a difficult language, Russian is very difficult, Greek. I think that they don't have the right reason to learn more languages. I think it's like doing exercise. You just need to have some patience and have some kind of continuity. It's better to do 30-40 minutes a day, like when you do sports, rather than just 1 hour a week or 2 hours a week. It's better to do 30-40 minutes a day. One of them will be Mongolia, because that was the first time I worked with judo abroad, outside my country. And of course, I can't forget the Grand Slam in Paris. Grand Slam in Paris, almost 20,000 people enjoying and watching judo every morning session, afternoon session is always full, final block. And I'm looking forward to see how the stadium, the new sports arena will be in October next year. I had to choose one, just looking at his or her technique, I would say Nomura. This Nomura is 3 times Olympic champion. Actually, I didn't have the chance to see him active as a judoka. I only saw him once, and it was after a 2 years retirement when he came back and took part at the Mongolia World Cup. It was one of the last events before he became a Grand Prix. So Nomura is someone that has been 3 times Olympic champion, and then who would just walk around like anyone else. You know, he was, at least the time when I saw him, was not arrogant at all. You know, always with a very positive attitude. And female judoka, well, one of them is not competing anymore, is the Spanish girl Cecilia Blanco. Ceci, I always liked her when she was on the mat, and now she's a coach, and I wish her the best. My experience in other sports is quite positive, and I think in judo too, you just have to adapt. You just have to adapt your performance, you just have to adapt your judo, yourself, to the rules. It's all a progression. Actually, you just have to watch the videos from the 60s, and judo was something completely different. The same happened at 70s, in the 80s, in the 90s, and people were still amazed by judo. They were always great champions. They were always great venues. So I think it's all a part of the evolution of the sport. Well, all I can say is that if you are watching this and you have children and your children are not judoka yet, please do not make the same mistake as I made when I was younger, or my parents made when I was a kid. Take your children to the next dojo. You will not regret it.